Life is about
protect yourself at all times.
Fight hard, fight clean. A career-defining first-round knockout, an incredible title match defeat, an unbelievable submission finish, and a controversial split decision victory in a title match were some of the highlights of UFC in June 2022. In this video, we take a look at some of the important UFC matches that held in June and the outcome of those matches. Alexander Volkov vs. Jacob Malkoun. Alexander Volkov came from a troubled state to pick a technical knockout victory over Jairzinho Rozenstruik in 2 minutes 12 seconds of round 1. Earlier, Rozenstruik, also known as the Biggie Boy, had hurt Volkov with a heavy left-hand punch, but in the end, he became the one whose mouthpiece was knocked out in the build-up to the end. Mike Trizano vs. Lucas Almeida. Lucas Almeida came from a wobbly legs caused by a left hook he ate in round 1 to pick a TKO victory over Mike Trizano in 55 seconds of round 3. Into the last minute of the bout, there was back and forth exchange between the fighters. A terribly powerful counter left hook from Lucas Almeida was the kicker for the end of the match. As soon as Trizano received the package from Almeida, Trizano spun and fell to the canvas. Almeida hurried in for the kill. Trizano was defenseless. The referee had no choice but to end the match. Teixeira vs. Jiri Prochozka. Until 28 minutes to the end of the last round of the match, nobody thought Jiri Prochozka would defeat Teixeira, who in previous rounds had dominated Prochozka with stylistic and purposeful display of martial savvy. Teixeira was comfortably on his way to retaining his light heavyweight title when Teixeira rocked him with a powerful right hand and immediately capitalized by locking in a rear neck choke, which forced the champion to tap, handing Prochozka a submission victory 4 minutes 32 seconds of round 5. Seung-Woo Choi vs. Joshua Calibao. The mightily close featherweight bout between Seung-Woo Choi and Joshua Calibao was decided by the judges, who saw it 28-29, 29-28, and 29-28, 2 in favor of Calibao and 1 in favor of Choi. This resulted in a split decision victory for the Australian. In the first 2 rounds of the encounter, Calibao had come close to ending the fight multiple times with power punches, but Choi proved impossible to finish within the distance. Hayisaer Maheshate vs. Steve Garcia. Sports.yahoo.com described the bout between the Chinese fighter Hayisaer Maheshate and Steve Garcia as wild from start to finish. With a powerful straight right, Hayisaer Maheshate sent Garcia to the canvas face first, securing a knockout victory for himself in his UFC debut. The knockout came 1 minute 14 seconds of round 1. Brendan Allen vs. Jacob Malkoun. This bout ended in a unanimous decision victory for Brendan Allen. The judges' scorecards read 29-28, all in favor of the winner. Kang Kyung-ho vs. Danaa Batgerel. The 3-round bantamweight bout ended in a unanimous decision victory for Kang Kyung-ho. Valentina Shevchenko vs. Santos. Valentina Shevchenko managed a controversial split decision victory over Santos to secure 7 straight title defense. The judges saw the match 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46, 1 in favor of Santos and 2 in favor of Shevchenko. Pundits, however, believe Della should have been the winner, event of which would have been one of the greatest upsets in MMA history. Zhang Weili vs. Joanna Jedrej Czyk. The former strawweight champion Zhang Weili stabbed the energetic Joanna Jedrej Czyk with a spinning back fist in 2 minutes 28 seconds of round 2. The two ladies had first met in March 7, 2022. The exchange had been ferocious and up close. In the end, the judges had given it to Weili via a split decision victory. Obviously, Weili did not like the split thing and so did not want nobody telling her if she had won or not in her second match with Zeke. She wanted a clean win to show everybody she had won, and that for her meant a KO, which she got with a spinning back fist. Fialho versus Jack Matthew. Jack Matthew picked a clean sweep knockout victory over Fialho. It began with a blistering combination of punches that bagged Fialho, then a vicious right hook from Matthew crumbled the Portuguese and secured him an undesirable position on the canvas. Maddalena versus Romazan Emeev. Romazan Emeev was technically knocked out in 2 minutes 32 seconds of the bout. It began with a ruthless body shot from Maddalena, which made Emeev go down. With few follow-up punches, Maddalena secured his victory as the referee ended the fight. Dan Ige versus Morsar Evloev. With scorecards that read 30-26, 30-27, and 30-27, all in favor of Morsar Evloev. Evloev picked a unanimous victory over Dan Ige. With his victory over Ige, Evloev has the fourth longest active winning streak in the 145-pound division. On the other hand, Ige, who had enjoyed 7-fight winning streak, has now suffered 3 consecutive losses. Silvana Juarez and Liang Na. In what is perhaps the fastest finish in the month of June, Silvana Juarez put out Liang Na in 82 seconds of their bout. Juarez delivered blistering combo from the start of the bout, but it was an overhand right that did Liang Na in as she felt the canvas blacked out. In UFC matches that held on Saturday 18 June 2022, Josh Emmett was awarded a controversial split decision victory over Kavin Kattar. The featherweight encounter was scored 48-47, 48-47 and 47-48. Team Min submitted to Kavin in a minute 28 seconds of round 2. Gregory Rodrigues knocked out Julian Marquez in 3 minutes 18 seconds of round 1, following barrage of unreplied punches. Jeremiah Wells did same to McGee in a minute 34 seconds. In other UFC matches held on separate date and venue, Marquez defeated Arman Tsarukyan by unanimous decision, scored 47-48 by all 3 judges. Their match held at UFC Apex Las Vegas.